Good day, brothers and sisters. My name is Kevin Ellis, President of Local 2338. I'm asking for your vote to be a member of the National VA Council. Right now, we need a strong voice and not a safe voice in the council. Being a safe voice is what has landed us where we are right now today. We need to restructure and reorganize around a new strategy and how we fight as a council and as a union. It's time to stop just having a seat at the table, but a plan to be at the head of the table, driving the train. We need a new strategy to meet the shifted landscape that occurred beneath our feet. That is the only way we're going to reverse the decline of our union's rights and assault on the working class. The fight is not just about the union, it's also about the American workforce. Many of you may not realize, but our leaders fail to recognize that we're not dealing with the same agency from 2012, but rather the agency of 2016 and the Donald Trump era. 2016 demonstrated a major shift in how the White House would deal with the American workforce and with unions. We watched how our joint master agreement training is layered with agency talking points. And here is one of the ways and reasons why and how that happened. I was invited to a meeting in a cigar bar in Washington, D.C. with Bill Whitmore and Abner Martinez in February of 2023. Abner Martinez was the Assistant Human Resources Officer for Business 15 and the ERLR Supervisor. During the meeting in the cigar bar, Abner asked Bill, do you agree with me that union representatives cannot represent BUEs outside of their local? And Bill said, yes, I agree with you. I was shocked and I was surprised that Bill Whitmore would agree with Vision 15's Abner Martinez, ERLR Supervisor, that union representatives cannot assist employees outside of their local union. I was surprised to hear Bill say that in my presence. Approximately 30 days later, Abner sent an email attacking the local union's representation of bargaining unit employees outside of our local. Now, what Abner did was not true, and Bill agreeing with him was 100% wrong. I know this for a few reasons. One, the statute says any employee can express the rights and represent the union, period. Second, representing bargaining unit employees outside of our local has been supported through the court. Number two. And then number three, Amalie, our council president, encouraged me and endorsed me to support local representatives to receive the EDP pay outside of my local. In 2015, I won EDP for my local, my housekeepers at my hospital. And I was so excited about winning that EDP that I immediately notified and called Amalie because I wanted every housekeeper in the nation to benefit from it. And I asked her, would the council file a national grievance for the housekeepers? And Amalie says, no, we can't do that because it would take years if we filed a national grievance to get the employees paid. She said, but you can represent them. You can represent them and get the victory for them and get the pay much sooner. So in 2016 and 2017, while at the St. Louis Area Council training, I had the opportunity to present that during the opening session, or general session. I shared the EDP victory with all of the union reps who were there. And from that meeting, within the next couple of years, Leavenworth, Kansas asked for help. I moved forward. We won EDP. Little Rock, Arkansas asked for help. I moved forward. We won EDP. Seattle, Washington asked for help. I moved forward and won EDP. And then Marion, Illinois asked for help. We moved forward and won EDP. And with each victory that we had, that we secured at all 5 of them hospitals, I sent a copy by email to President Al-Malih. So it is not true that representatives cannot represent employees outside of our locals. But that speaks to a bigger picture. My concern is that the council has been giving up the strength of the union, the strength of our contract. And I realize that some of that is happening in cigar bars like the one I attended in February 2023 in Washington, D.C. I was shocked. I was surprised. I was simply blown out of my mind to have one of my national representatives sit there and say in my presence that we cannot help locals outside of our own, we couldn't help employees outside of our own local. That was 100% false. However, this is an example of how we lose the strength of our contract. This is an example of how that happens. That conversation should have been shut down immediately by Mr. Bill Whitmore by saying, no, Abner, that's not true. Any VA representative, any union representative within the VA can help any VA employee nationwide. What we cannot do is go help a TSA employee while on official time, or go help a postal service employee while on official time. But as long as you are part of the same consolidated bargaining unit, and all of the VA locals in the country are all part of the same consolidated bargaining unit, we can help outside of our local. We can. So when Bill Whitmore said that, it was 100% false. But it demonstrates to you how we lose the strength of our contract. Now, and the strength of our union. Now, we can change this downward trend. But it comes with electing new leadership to the council. It begins with you, the members, saying enough is enough. It is not enough for us to say, I am a safe bet, or you are safe with me. Safe is what got us where we are today. Safe is what landed us right now having a fight with 2 feet on our throat to save this union. Because we should have galvanized the public and done more to prevent us from being where we are now. But we didn't. And I'm afraid that if we continue in this path, we will not only have a union, we will not have a contract. And if we have a contract, it'll be so watered down with agency talking points that it won't even look like a contract. It'll look like a VA directive or a VA handbook. So I ask for your vote to be a member of the National VA Council. Vote me in, and we will change this downward trend and rebuild and re-strengthen our union and return us back to our glory days as a union. God bless you.